So what happened to the Palestinians? He created Gaza and the West Bank, pushed them out of their own land to develop whatever they could. But you have to have a specific, as I said, mentality in order to pull this off. Now, I'm going to do something tonight that I've never done before. I'm going to show you more videos than I ever have so that other people can make the point. Other people can make the point and you can understand what I'm saying. And so we'll watch these and we will talk on the other side.
In 1937, Winston Churchill said of the Palestinians, I quote, "I do not agree that the dog in a manger has the final right to the manger, even though he may have lain there for a very long time. I do not admit that right. I do not admit, for instance, that a great wrong has been done to the Red Indians of America or the black people of Australia. I do not admit that a wrong has been done to these people by the fact that a stronger race, a higher grade race, a more worldly wise race, to put it that way, has come in and taken their place." That set the trend for the Israeli state's attitude towards Palestinians. In 1969, Israeli Prime Minister Golda Meir said, "Palestinians do not exist." Her successor, Prime Minister Levi Eshkol, said, "What are Palestinians? When I came here to Palestine, there were 250,000 non-Jews, mainly Arabs and Bedouins. It was a desert, more than underdeveloped, nothing." Prime Minister Menachem Begin calls Palestinians two-legged beasts. Prime Minister Yitzhak Shamir called them grasshoppers who could be crushed. This is the language of heads of state, not the words of ordinary people. Is it really impossible for Jewish people who suffered so cruelly themselves, more cruelly perhaps than any other people in history, to understand the vulnerability and the yearning of those whom they have displaced? Does extreme suffering always kindle cruelty? What hope does this leave the human race with? The world is called upon to condemn suicide bombers, but can we ignore the long road they have journeyed on before they arrived at this destination? September 11th, 1922 to September 11th, 2002. 80 years is a long time to have been waging war. Is there some advice the world can give the people of Palestine? Should they just take Golda Meir's suggestion and make a real effort not to exist?
This kind of thinking, this kind of indoctrination has been going on at least since 1948 on a grand scale. But the quote from Winston Churchill is disheartening, because I've always admired Winston Churchill, and I can separate, good things that somebody did, the courage that they showed, that kind of thing, from other things. But it's very disappointing to hear something like this. But this shows you that from early on, there was this negative thinking. I mean, let me say this, and hopefully I'll say it again later. Imagine a generation, because it's happened here, being indoctrinated to think a particular way about a group of people.